Sukho Buddha na Mubhado Sukha Sadhamma Desana Sukha Sangasa Sameki Samekana Dabo Sukho Sukho Buddha na Mubhado. Appearance of the Buddhas in this world is main cause for enjoyment of human happiness, Deva happiness, Brahma happiness, and finally Nibbana happiness. What is the reason? Sukha Saddhamma Desana. Every Buddha teach Saddhamma. Main teaching of the Buddhas is Four Noble Truth only. For realization of Buddha and for realization of Four Noble Truth, Buddhas teach according to the listener's disposition and inner inclination and disposition of faculties. Swan listener's parami is very high. Very high means in Susima Sutta there are Swan Arahats. After ordination as a bhikkhu, they decide to practice vipassana without practicing any jhana because they want to become Arahat very quickly before death is coming. This is their intention. But their parami is very high. Why? When they practice four elements meditation directly for the attainment of arhatship, when they attain up to access concentration stage, the light of wisdom is very, very bright. With the assistance of that light of wisdom, if they continue to practice vipassana systematically, their vipassana insight also produce strong, powerful light. Because of this reason, they can practice vipassana systematically up to the attainment of arhat stage. Why they can practice in this way? When they begin arhat, their arhat path is concomitant with four types of analytical knowledge or four discriminative knowledge. Padisambhida jnana. For those who will achieve Padisambhida jnana, they must have fulfilled paramis in previous Buddha's dispensation. Number one, Pariyati. They had already learned Buddha's teachings in previous Buddha's dispensation. Number two, Pribodha. In the Pali text, there are naughty points. If they do not understand, they approach to the teacher and ask many questions for clearer understanding of these naughty points. Especially they study commentaries. Number three is Savana. While listening to Buddha's Dhamma talk, they respectfully listen to the Dhamma talk and they try to memorize this Dhamma. Number four is Pubbha Yoga. What is Pubbha Yoga? Pubbha Yoga nama Pubbha Buddhana Sasane Gada Picha Gada Bhavena Yava Anuloma Gudrabu Sami Bandawa Vipassana Nuyoga. What is the meaning? In previous Buddha's dispensations, they ordained as a bhikkhu or as a bhikkhuni or as a siyale. Okay? After ordination, while they are going for alms round to the village, on the way they practice samatha or vipassana meditation respectfully. When they go back from the village to their monastery, they also practice samatha or vipassana meditation throughout the way. Such type of practice is called Gata Picha Gata Buddha. The duty of carrying meditation subject while going to the village or when coming back to the monastery. In this way, they practice samatha and vipassana up to what stage? Yava anuloma gudravu samipan. Yava anuloma gudravu samipan means very close to the anuloma jnana, close to the mega jnana, the top of Sankharupeka jnana. Sankharupeka jnana is equanimity, formations knowledge, or the knowledge of equanimity towards formations. Up to that stage, they had already practiced vipassana, samatha and vipassana. Because of this reason, their parami is became very powerful. When these paramis support, at that time, they want to become arhat very quickly. So they directly practice 4 elements meditation. Systematically, they also became arhat. But some meditators not like that. In Godra Nikaya, there is one sutta called Jhana Sutta. In that Jhana Sutta, Buddha says, Patamam Baham Bhikkhve Jhana Nisaya Aswana Kayam Vadami. Dudiyam Baham Bhikkhve Jhana Nisaya Aswana Kayam Vadami, etc. In this way, Buddha teaches, depending on Pajana, if they practice samatha vipassana systematically, they can also become arhat. Depending on second jhana or that jhana, etc. If they practice samatha vipassana systematically, they can also become arhat. But there is one exception for anagami. Anagami bhikkhus, they practice vipassana diligently, but their insight knowledge is not yet mature for the attainment of arhatship. For a long time, they practice vipassana. They always see mentality, materiality, and ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality, and their causes as nature or dukkha or anatta always. Because of this reason, they became bored. Because of this reason, sometimes they don't want to see this ultimate materiality and mentality's dissolution. So they enter into cessation attainment, Nirodha Samapatti. While they are entering into cessation attainment, Nirodha Samapatti, they fix time for about 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 day, 2 days, or up to 7 days, etc. When they emerge from cessation attainment, their mind became very powerful, very peaceful. At that time, they continue to practice vipassana. Then they quickly became arhat. Because of this reason, depending on cessation attainment, if they practice, they also can become arhat. In this way, Buddha mentions. In this case, what is the difference between Phala Samapatti, fruition attainment, and Nirodha Samapatti, cessation attainment? Many noble ones, Sotapanna or Sakadagami or Anagami or Arhat, occasionally they practice to realize, for realization of Nibbana for 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. Such type of practice is called fruition attainment. The object of path and fruition knowledge, or the object of fruition attainment, is Nibbana only. In Nibbana, there is no mentality, no materiality, it is true. But there is still consciousness, fruition, phala chaita, fruition, consciousness. So, mentality and materiality not cease completely in their body. But in cessation attainment, Nirodha Samapatti, they don't want to see ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality, and their causes just perishes. They don't want to see this perishing stage for a long time, become bored. So they end up fruition, cessation, attainment, Nirodha Samapatti. In Nirodha Samapatti, all mentality and materiality cease completely for fixed time. Fixed time means for 7 days or 6 days, etc. At that time, mentality and materiality cease for fixed time. Because of this reason, there is also no mind-born materiality. But there is still karma-born materiality, temperature-born materiality, and nutriment-born materiality. But in fruition attainment, this mentality and materiality not cease completely, because there is still fruition chaitas. So this is the difference. Because of this reason, in Indriya Samvara Sila chapter, there is one Mahathera called Mahadesa. Mahadesa practice skeleton meditation as a reversiveness attention. Patigula Manasikara. If he practices this particular Manasikara, he attains up to Fajjana stage. Based on Fajjana concentration, he practiced Vipassana systematically. He also became Arhat. Venerable Subhuti, younger brother of Ananta Bendika, who donated Chetavana Monastery to the Buddha and Sangha. This Venerable Subhuti, after listening to Dhamma from the Buddha, while sharing merit Chetavana Monastery to the Buddha and Sangha, he had a lot of faith to the Buddha and Buddha's teaching. Because of this reason, he ordained as a bhikkhu, but he specialized Middha Jhana. Middha Jhana meditation can attain up to that jhana only. Based on that jhana, he practiced Vipassana systematically. He also became Arhat. Venerable Ratha Bala, etc., many Arhats. Usually they practice up to 4th jhana. When 4th jhana concentration produces strong powerful light, with the assistance of that light of wisdom, they practice Vipassana systematically. They also became Arhat. In time of Buddha, in many suttas, Buddha especially emphasized 4th jhana concentration. Many Arhats in time of Buddha also specialize 4th jhana, and based on this 4th jhana, they practice Vipassana because the light of wisdom is very important while discerning ultimate materiality, while discerning ultimate mentality. According to Buddha's teaching, our body is composed of subatomic particles called in Pali kalabas. These particles are smaller than maybe atoms. So to see this such a particle and to analyze those particles, strong powerful light of wisdom is necessary. With the assistance of the light of wisdom, if they can analyze those kalabas, they can see ultimate materiality. What is ultimate materiality? According to scientists' idea, this is only in the space. In space, there are characteristics such as hardness, roughness, heaviness, or softness, smoothness, lightness, flowing, or cohesion, heat or cold, or supporting, pushing, etc. And then color, odor, flavor, nutritive, etc. These materialities they can see because of the light of wisdom. Because of this reason, Buddha also teach jhana samatha meditations for some meditators. But Venerable Ananda, he practiced up to 8 attainments, 8 types of jhana. Based on this jhana concentration, he practiced Vipassana systematically within past rains retreat after ordination. One day, he had opportunity to listen one Dhamma talk from Venerable Pona. Venerable Pona is the nephew of Venerable Kundinya. So he is famous Dhammagrika in Dino Buddha. After listening this sutta is mentioned in Khandavaka Sanyutta and as Ananda Sutta. In that sutta, Venerable Pona especially emphasized to practice vipassana, past, present, and future, internal, external, cross and subtle, inferior and superior, far or near, 11 days of 5 aggregates as nature, dukkha, and anatta. According to Venerable Pona's instruction, when listening his Dhamma, Venerable Ananda practiced vipassana systematically, and at the end of this course, he became Sotapanna. After Buddha's great final cessation, Mahaparinibbana, he continued to practice vipassana. Before first counsel, he had already become Arhat. But there is Anuruddha, Venerable Anuruddha. He must specialize divine insight power. Based on this divine insight power, he practiced vipassana systematically. He also became Arhat. Such meditators are also mentioned in Anguttara Nikaya Satta Senya Sutta. Some meditators, even they practice jhanas, jhana concentration is not enough for the attainment of arhatship. They must continue to practice 5 mundane psychic powers. Based on one of these psychic powers, if they practice vipassana systematically, at the end they can become arhat. Such meditators are mentioned in Anguttara Nikaya Satta Senya Sutta. If we summarize this practice, for realization of Four Noble Truth, Buddha explained Noble Eightfold Path only. You may have already understood this Noble Eightfold Path. Number 1, Samadhi. Right understanding of Four Noble Truth only. Sama Sankappa, right application of Dhamma to the Four Noble Truth object. Sama Vacha, right speech. Sama Gammanta, right action. Sama Ajiva, right livelihood. This right speech, right action, right livelihood who are 3 factors are the training of morality, Sila Sikha. Based on purification of Bhajo, a meditator must practice Samadhi Sikha, the training of concentration. What is the training of concentration? Sama Vayama, right effort. Sama Sati, right mindfulness, and Sama Samadhi, right concentration. In Mahasati Prana Sutta, Buddha emphasized 5 jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, and 4th jhana as Sama Samadhi, right concentration. But in Anguttara Nikaya, Jhana Sutta, etc., 8 attainments are Buddha emphasized as Sama Samadhi. In some suttas, like Maharaulovada Sutta, etc., there are also Buddha teach access concentration, 4 elements meditation. Because of this reason, in Visuddhi Magga says, Citta Visuddhi Nama Sa Upachara Atha Samabadiyo. Citta Visuddhi is purification of mind. This is the Citta Visuddhi and Sama Samadhi has same meaning, different terms only. So Sa Upachara Atha Samabadiyo, 8 attainments together with access concentration are called Citta Visuddhi or Sama Samadhi. So we should not criticize a lot jhana. My meaning, there are different levels of meditators. For some meditators, jhana concentration is not necessary for the attainment of arhatship. But for some meditators, jhana concentration is necessary. Even they practice Noble Eightfold Path systematically, especially after practicing the training of morality, in the training of concentration, they must practice for realization of Four Noble Truth systematically, beginning 4 elements meditation. So at the end, they will penetrate Four Noble Truths by Satrivana, Sodabadi Pat knowledge and fruition knowledge. Or once Radhana Sagadagami Pat in fruition knowledge. Or no Radhana Anagami Pat knowledge and fruition knowledge. Or Araham Pat in Araham fruition knowledge. If they had already penetrated Araham fruition knowledge, Araham Pat in fruition knowledge, the Four Noble Truths. At that time, these four types of path knowledge will destroy into filaments systematically, stage by stage. Finally, when they had already added Rahata stage, then all the filaments will disappear. All raga, attachment will disappear. All dosa, anger will disappear. All moha, all delusion will disappear completely without reminder. But in Pali text, this raga is mentioned as a raga gandhara. Dosa is mentioned as dosa gandhara. Moha is mentioned as moha gandhara. What is the meaning? Very, very difficult to cross such a journey. Is it true? To cross raga journey, very, very difficult. To overcome this journey, very difficult. Please ordain as a Shale, please ordain as a Bhikkhu. Can you obey? Very, very difficult. Huh? So because of this is raga gandhara. Dosa also say one gandhara. Very difficult journey to cross. Moha delusion also very, very difficult to cross. Why? This is not your husband. This is not your wife. If I say, can you accept? This is a delusion. According to Buddha's teaching, there is no man, no woman. There is only mentality and materiality. This materiality and mentality, as soon as they arise, they perish away very, very quickly. There is no time to tell this is man, this is woman, this is my husband, this is my wife, this is my son, this is my daughter. There is no time. Very quickly they are arising and perishing. But if you understand as this is my wife, this is my husband, this is my son, this is my daughter, such type of understanding is called raw understanding. Such type of raw understanding is called avijja, ignorance. It is also called delusion. Such type of delusion is very, very difficult to cross this journey. Is it true? But when Buddhas appear in this world, Buddha teaches Noble Eightfold Path to cross this journey. Because of this reason, they can enjoy jhana happiness, vipassana happiness, mega happiness, phala happiness, fruition, attainment, and nibbana happiness. Because of this reason, appearing of Buddhas in this world is for enjoying of different types of happiness. Is it true? Why they can enjoy? Because they can cross raga journey, dosa journey, moha journey, which are very, very difficult to cross. Because of this reason, they can enjoy different types of happiness. Because Buddha teach Dhamma desana. So, because of this reason, Sukha Buddhana Mubhada Sukha Saddhamma desana. But while practicing Noble Eightfold Path, conquer mind is very important. If they are fighting to each other, if they are quarreling to each other, can they practice peacefully this Noble Eightfold Path? Possible? Are you fighting? Huh? Are you fighting to each other? Please do not fight. Here this shows one good example. Venerable Anuruddha, Venerable Kimila, Venerable Nandiya. These three bhikkhus ordained together with Venerable Ananda, Venerable Devadatta, Venerable Upali, Venerable Bhaddiya. 6 Sakyas they ordained together, including Venerable Upali, who is what called Chadda Baba. So they after ordination, Venarebe Anuruddha, Venarebe Nandiya, Venarebe Kimila. They three stay in one royal park in Pasina Wansa Dayada, in one forest. Maybe especially there are many bamboo trees, because of this is Pasina Wansa Dayada. At that time, one day Buddha visit to them to teach Dhamma. At that time, they informed to the Buddha, how? One day, we stay here with Concord Mind. How? Ika Chaita, only one Chaita. Concord Mind means one Chaita only, not different Chaita. What is the meaning? Venerable Anuruddha first explained. One day, I stay here according to my accompanying two bhikkhus desire. If they want to do this, I never reject. According to their own desire, I follow. Then Venerable Nandiya also informed to the Buddha in the same way. One day, I follow my two good friends, two accompanies desire. I never reject, I never opposite to them. We are, body is different body, but mind is only one mind. Together we stay concord. Venerable Kimila also in the same way informed to the Buddha. Buddha called what? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Buddha never said, no, go. Then if they are not concord, then is it good? Unhappy. Unhappy man cannot be any good achievement. So because of this reason, while practicing noble effort, but if they stay 2 or 3 or 4 or many stay together, concord mind is necessary. I will not try opposite to my good friends. I will also not try to my opposite to my good friends. Such type of attitude is very important when practicing samatha, vipassana, or noble effort path. So, because of these reasons, sukha sanghasa sameki samagana tapo sukho. If they have concord mind, and if they practice noble effort path together with concord mind, then they will achieve up to arhat stage. If they are fighting to each other, they are quarreling to each other, then there will be no concord mind. At that time, they have no peaceful mind and they cannot practice systematically samatha and vipassana. So, because of this reason, in this center, we are now trying to flourish Buddha's teachings throughout the whole Singapore, maybe, no, not the whole world, throughout the Singapore. So if you want to flourish this teaching, we should have concord mind. If you have concord mind and practice noble effort with concord mind, then we may achieve jhana happiness, vipassana happiness, mega happiness, phala happiness, and nibbana happiness. Is it true? Okay, please try hard. This is Buddha's admonishment.
Okay, no questions then. Once again, let's say sadhu 3 times very loudly to thank Sayadaw for the wonderful Dhamma talk. Okay. Sadhu, sadhu.